now. Brett, hey, you want to talk some 2A football?
Let's go. Let's go
Let's
2A
let's do it.
football. So let's talk a little 2A. We'll start in Region 1 in the area round as Vega knocks off Sea Grapes 48-7, and Wellington knocks off Sudan 48-0. Go down to the bottom of that bracket, and we'll have Clareton, 48-14 over Rawls. And then we have New Home over Sunray by 22-20.
Well,
So
New Home messed up there. Everybody else in that bracket scored 48, the winning team, but they didn't.
yeah, hey, you get what you get. They only needed 22, and that's what they got. So they move on. So that's going to leave the next round matchups with the winners of District 1 and District 2 at the top, Vega and Wellington. And then you've got at the bottom, runner-up of District 2, Clareton will take on the District 4 champion, New Home. So you've got
Nice.
two District 2 teams left. Could be on a collision course there.
I'll
But
tell you what,
yeah.
we brought Corey in and Vince back in, and I'm going to step out and let y'all run with it.
All right.
Okay.
Corey, you want to grab Region 2 there?
All right, let's see here. This is Region 2. I'm going to go back here. All right. So in Region 2, 2A, let's see here. We have Wink 35 over Cento, 35-19 over Cento. Let's see. And then Albany versus, was that Munster? Yeah, Albany versus Munster.
Monster. Yeah.
Yeah, Munster 56-10. So Wink and Albany will play here. Looks like the details have not been updated. That'll be a very good game there. I like the name Wink. I think that's kind of cool. Let's see. Windthorst and Sterling played yesterday, and of course Windthorst got the win 43-29. And then Collinsville over. Let's see. This is McCamey. So Windthorst and Collinsville will square off this coming week as well in Region 2. So we got Wink and Albany, and then Windthorst and Collinsville will be squaring off there in Region 2. We'll decide who will represent Region 2 in the coming week.
4 district champions there, Corey.
Yeah, so and like we said before, there's not going to be any surprises. There won't be many upsets in the smaller divisions. So most of the time you get those teams there, those teams are going to kind of dominate, and the better teams are going to win those games 9 out of 10 times. So,
all right, Vince, you want to grab Region 3?
Sure. So right now we got Bowie with the win over Deweyville 30-16. Mart with a big win over Cushing 69-7. Carlisle pulls out a close one over Wortham 40-36, and Lovelady beat Maud 56-0. So that puts Bowie and Mart against each other. Honestly, Bowie might be a tough team, but Mart's going to be hard to beat. Then you got Carlisle and Lovelady going to square off next week as well.
That should be a really good matchup down there.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I
wonder
think.
where they play.
Yeah, nothing's been released yet, but I know that.
Yeah, nothing.
The winner of that's going to get a consolation prize. They're going to get to play against Mart and probably get rolled on. But Mart, I think they're the 5 by far. We've talked about it for our East Texas shows. This is kind of the East Texas bracket per se for this classification, and they're unfortunately stuck with Mart, and Mart is on a roll. They scored 67 and 69 so far in the playoffs, so they're putting up some points.
Yeah.
So you've got to be able to score with them, and their defense has only allowed 21 total, so they're able to do it on both sides of the ball. So when you got somebody like that, that's going to be a really tough matchup. I like my Carlisle Indians to get there, but that could be the end of the season for Carlisle. They're going to be a huge underdog in that one if they get
Be
there.
an upset though. Lovelady is not bad. Watch out for the upset for Lovelady.
All right, let's roll down to Region 4. Chilton over is that Brackenfield, sorry. 48-7. We've got Burton with the 55-0 win over Rock Springs. They'll set up a Chilton Burton matchup there in the next round. Down at the bottom, we got Falls City with a 29-20 win over Sabinal, and we've got a Granger win over Dehannis 41-6. So we got a couple of runner-ups in this bracket. And what's interesting to me here is you've got Falls City and Granger, the two second-place teams of their districts, and the two district champions are having to play first up top. So that's really interesting, the way that works itself out. So we'll see which district's stronger between District 13 and District 14. I know Falls City is really strong, but I also know Granger's strong. So this could be a really interesting finish here in this region.
I like the way you shapes out. I like the way it shapes out. We all know Falls City is good. Granger, that's another good matchup there. I don't know if it's going to be an upset, but either one of those. I mean, Falls City is already good. We already know that. But Granger may come in with an upset. Y'all know how I am. I'm always looking for upsets. I love it.
I love an underdog story.
That's how it shakes out.
Who doesn't love an underdog story?
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to 2A Division 1. Corey, you want to grab that one?
Absolutely.
Region 1.
Region 1, 2A Division 1, Region 1. We got Stratford taking the L to Cisco, 14-8. We know Cisco's really good, so that's a no-brainer there. And then we got New Deal taking the big-time win over Forsyth. So Cisco and New Deal are going to square off in the next round there. And then we got Sonora 18, Farwell 7. And then we got Hawley over Panhandle. So 72-20. They put up 72 points on Panhandle. That is a bad. Whew. You put up 70. That's basketball numbers in the playoffs. So you got Sonora moving on to the next round, and you got Hawley and Sonora. Thus far, Hawley has scored 52 and 72. In the playoffs thus far. So this looks like it's going to have to be a defensive battle for Sonora. I don't know if they could do it, but they've only had opponents held to 27-7. So we'll see what this is see how this matchup progresses. So that's interesting.
Do any of y'all see anybody beating Hawley in this region?
No, I don't think so. I think they haven't had any competition so far. I don't see anybody.
60 points a game. I mean, come on.
Come
on. Nobody's getting stops.
Well, when you looked up top, you've got their district runner-up, Cisco, which is still in too. But they won their first game big, but the next one against the winner of a District 1, they kind of squeaked by. But Hawley beat the runner-up and just blew them out. So to me, that just says Hawley is just that much better than even their own district mate. So I think they're going to probably take this region, barring a huge upset. All right. Vince, you want to grab Region 2?
Yeah. So it looks like we have Toller dropping 71 on Marlin. Hamilton beating Axtell 35-21. Riesel beating Bangs 38-14. And then you got Crawford beating Coleman 34-13, which now puts Toller and Hamilton battling it out. And it looks like they may have a place for this already.
Yes,
Crowley ISD.
Yeah, Crowley ISD. That's going to be the 25th.
Yeah, at 2 p.m.
That's a Friday. It's Friday at 2.
At 2. Wow, Friday at 2.
Well, because I guess a lot of people are going to be off. That day.
And then you also got Riesel and Crawford playing. Looks like it hasn't been decided yet on where. So
that's going to be a district rematch. You had Riesel finishing 4th in the district, and they've knocked off two straight upset wins. Now they get a rematch with district mate Crawford. That's going to be interesting. If Crawford can beat them twice in the same season, you know how difficult that is.
It's very hard to do, especially if you're playing against a district foe. So that's tough.
So you've got 2 from District 8 and and actually 2 from District 5 as well. As Hamilton up top is the 4th place team in their district in the Ghana. This is interesting because we talked about a while ago. There's not a whole lot of upsets, and then you've got
Right.
2 district rematches here,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not the 1st and 2nd place team. They're the 1st and 4th place team. So
You know what I like? I like a good upset. I see it happening. I see it.
upset
see
You
it.
special.
know, again, it is hard to beat a team twice. So
It is.
It is.
It is difficult to beat a team twice.
So
yeah.
we'll see if Toller and Crawford can get by their district foes and get to that regional championship. Let's move up to Region 3. We got some interesting games here. We got Cooper over Corrigan Camden 40-14.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Joaquin over Beckville 35-40.
Mm.
Down goes the
Man,
Bearcats.
Mm.
Beckville knocked out. I know I had Beckville winning that game. So now you've
Yeah.
got a big time matchup: Cooper versus Joaquin.
Joaquin. They got me scared of Joaquin right now.
Man, Cooper's been on a roll, and they just put it to Corey and Camden. Man,
They
we
did. They
we
did.
talked about that. Vince, did you say was it 208-0 there for a minute? They had.
Yeah. But Cooper, that was a tough game because Cooper, man, they've been smacking people all year. Corey's the one that don't want to respect no Cooper. I don't understand that, but I ain't gonna hang on that too long. But
Corey's got no respect. You had Corey and Camden. How shocked are you
I
there?
did.
Corey, wow. You just roll with the lie? Is that what it is?
Listen, I take it on chin.
Okay. All right.
So that's going to be a really good matchup. And then down below, I mean, this next matchup is going to be really juicy. I'm really interested to see how this one goes. We got Timpson over Frankston 49-7,
Mm-hmm.
and Centerville over Honey Grove 54-13, guys. Timpson Centerville matchup. Now we talked about Timpson having this region, but man, these teams that are left are going to be tough.
This could be the game.
Centerville Stout. That's going to be a game for sure.
Yeah.
And that game's going to be at the Tomato Bowl in Jacksonville
Nice.
Friday at 7 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Right down the road, Vince.
Yeah, that's right down the road. That's tempting.
Timpson.
Might have to get in that game.
You go watch Terry Bussey and them boys.
Yeah, I got to see Bussy.
Bussy in there.
Got to see it for myself. Bussy them.
I could honestly see. I know we've talked about how Timpson was ahead of everybody else in the class, but the way these other teams are playing, I could see any of these 4 teams coming out of this region right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think Timpson's a favorite. Don't get me wrong, and I probably would pick them if I was picking games. But I could see any of these 4 teams coming out of this region.
I think the winner of Timpson Centerville comes out.
Think so?
Yeah,
comes out.
I believe wholeheartedly this may be that game where Timpson gets really challenged. Centerville is really good.
I agree with that. I agree with that, Corey.
It may come down to 4 quarters where this is it. Well, I think whoever wins this probably wins state. To be honest with you, it's kind of shapes up to be this. You rarely get a battle like this. These are 2 top 5 teams, and we'll get in class 4. We got to make up 2 top 10 teams, but this is one of those battles where it's like, you tell your kids, you go in the locker room, like, you're probably not going to face a better opponent tonight, two rounds deeper. This may be a state championship game. Let's just be honest. But, you still got to stay focused. You're not going to face a better opponent than tonight. And
now,
that's one of those games.
Corey, you don't forget. There's 2 teams down below in Region 4 that Chris made. Chris, you want to tell us about Region 4 since that's kind of your zone here?
Yeah,
area?
I can run through those ones real quick. Flatonia knocked off 3 Rivers, a very tough 3 Rivers team. They beat them 56-21. Shiner took care of the punchers from Mason 47-21. And that'll pit Shiner versus Flatonia. Again, 2 very good teams. I give the edge to Shiner in that one. Bottom part of the bracket, Refugio 56, Holland 9. Refugio has looked better every single week since that opening week loss. Ganado just keeps winning. They took care of Thorndale 66-12, so you're going to see Refugio and Ganado. I mean, that'll be a classic one there. But again, man, I don't think anybody can stop those Bobcats right now, and they're going to match up against Ganado.
I think Shiner's going to be another rematch there, possibly here next week. So
yeah, and you'll remember Refugio beat them during the regular season. They're in the same district, and to what Vince was saying, it's hard to beat a team twice. I don't know. Yeah. If somebody could beat somebody twice, it's Refugio.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that to me, I think the right side of this bracket is the heavyweights. I think whoever comes out of Region 3 and Region 4, that winner is going to win state. I don't think anybody would disagree with that here, because like I said, we talked about how good Region 3 is, but Region 4, the top two there are in there too. So it's going to be interesting the way that shakes out. Anybody else got anything on just 2A before we move on to 3A?
Gridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.